Hi, Geoff Ballard here. I wanted to show you a basic sort of rundown on going through spoke tensioning. Obviously when you get a new bike they loosen up a bit. They're so much better than they used to be in the old days. Spokes was a major problem in the old days, so anything modern is pretty good and can handle quite a lot, but saying that, you still need to keep an eye on them. Yeah, with sort of no experience at all, you can sort of pull the wheel out of trueness quite easily, and that can be a problem. So this is a spoke spanner that came with the bike, and it's fine, it works well, it fits well, that's important. If it's an older bike, then maybe if you're worried about it, you could spray like a penetrating oil through all the spokes and leave them overnight and then do it the next day. Sometimes if they're really stubborn, you can use a bit of heat on them as well. But the secret really is just getting the correct or a good quality spoke wrench, and then the other thing is a system where you just go around the whole thing and check the tension. Some people go along and click them just to see, and there's a real dead noise if it's a loose one, which is not a bad way. It's a quick and very basic. It's the sort of thing we might do at a control or something when we've got a bit of time. But another technique that works quite well and it helps keep the wheel fairly true is to start somewhere like the valve, like here, and then you know, tighten. Let's say we'll tighten the one on this side. So we just check the tension, and it's actually quite good. But through going back and forward, you can get the idea. And then you miss 4 spokes. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then again, and you feel the tension, then 1, 2, 3, 4 again, and what that does is it brings it out of sequence so that you don't end up with the same spoke again. So you'll come through to here. These spokes are hanging in there. Then I've done a few hundred kilometers on this, and so far they're not really a problem, but by the time if I get back down around, the way the system works is then the next time I come to where the valve is, I'll be 1 further lower, and then you go through the same sequence again, and you chase that a number of times around until you can feel that all the spokes are at a pretty reasonable tension. If the thing completely is really loose, like you've neglected it and it's a new bike or whatever, and you forgot to do it, and you found that half of the spokes were incredibly loose, then that system is really important. Don't just tighten the ones on this side, because when you tighten the ones on this side, it's pulling the rim this way, and then it's going to tighten the ones on the other side, so you'll get the wheel really out of whack. So it's not a bad sequence. If you want to, there's a wheel truing stand. We'll probably do another video a bit later on that. And obviously you can take the tyre off, or if you're spoking up, if you're putting a new rim on, that's a great system. There's also wheel weights that people sell. Some people, if they're doing fairly high speed, maybe out in the desert, or you notice a wheel that's out of balance, you know, if you're doing a lot of jumps and things like that. But in a general sense, for off-road riding, you don't notice the speeds aren't as high, and like a Yamaha, for instance, it comes with the tube on the one side and the rim lock on the other, whereas the KTMs come with the rim lock, and then 4 spokes away where it opens up is where they put the valve. So you've got a valve and rim lock on the same side, and that makes tyre changing easier, and I prefer it. That's how I'll set up these wheels when I next take these tyres off. But you know, you can run a wheel weight on the other side and get them a little bit more balanced, and that can be good, as I said. But that's just the basics on truing and things that you have to be a bit careful for. So it's worth having a look at your spokes every now and then and just keeping an eye on them, and hopefully some trouble-free riding for you out there.